London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down. And these motherfuckers doing it.
If you're going to be a queen, darling, maybe it's time you put on your high heels, got out your crown, and stopped worrying about the opinions of peasants.
Hey, what up? It's your boy Skinnygawd. That's Skinny_GAWD on Instagram. Before we get started, please do me a favor and like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and hit the notification bell so you can be notified each and every time I put up a new video.
How you doing, bitch?
Okay, so who was not watching the Oprah Prince Harry Meghan interview? This week has been bananas with that, and I have never been concerned with what's going on across the pond, but you know, it's top American news. Oprah came on there with her hair hat, and she was ready to go. She was ready to go. She was ready to interview, and I have to say, she asked the questions. She asked the questions that needed to be asked, but I also was left at the end of the interview with more questions than answered. And I'm just going to touch on a few things. We're going to keep it cute. We're going to keep it sweet. This couple right here, that we're looking at on the screen right here, this couple right here, right, experienced some real racism and dealt with a lot of seclusion and intimidation from the press. And apparently, the paparazzi and the British media or whatever, that whole entity is very vicious to women that marry into the family in general, right? Not to mention, there's this extra ting that Meghan is of mixed race. Meghan is black, and you know the old slave thing. If there's one drop of black, you're black, honey. Okay, and let's be serious. Let's look at Meghan. How black is Meghan? On a scale of like 1 to black, like how black is Meghan? This bitch looks like her name could be Beverly or Becky. Like she's barely black. She's like, close your eyes for a second. You know, the inside of your eyelids when they get black, and then you come back and she's not really like black no more. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's barely black. So you gonna tell me that this barely black ass bitch is your problem? So, in the discussion of race on this goddamn interview, she brings up how there was she heard from Harry. Harry told her, she ain't hear herself. Harry told her that somebody was concerned about how dark his child would be. Now, what I know from this interview is that the name wasn't put in, because when Harry comes on and confirms it, because I knew she wouldn't say that without Harry, being aware. When Harry comes on and confirms it, Harry doesn't give a name. So I'm aware that was intentional to leave it open as to it could be anybody. It could be Prince Charles or whoever. I don't know the rest of the names. I'm not so educated on the monarchy or who's next or the order. I think monarchies are just sick, sadistic things. You know what I mean? But however, the tradition is beautiful. This tradition is beautiful. It could be structured differently, but I respect their culture. Do you know what I mean? I respect their culture and the way they do things. And the Brits are amazing people. So at the same time, you can't disrespect the way they do things just because we do things the way we do things. And you can disagree, but then you got, what's that bitch, Meghan McCain on The View, talking about she has British friends and she's going in on the monarchy, like just going nuts, just the whole thing. And I'd rather take people to Great America and the state and fried chicken and hot dogs. Like you get those Southern Christian American people, and they're overzealous about the whole American culture thing. And it's like, listen, everything is not Super Bowl baseball, 4th of July. Like, it's annoying. Jesus, Republican. Like, it's disgusting. But that's the whole segment of our country that people forget about. You know what I mean? Like city boys like myself, forget about that. But because where I live, there's more of a mixed bag of people, you know, living about here and living about here and living about here, you know? So, Meghan then goes to say that basically she was isolated. She was completely isolated within the situation. And at one point she wanted to commit suicide. And that part of mental health, like that segment of mental health, is very important to think about. Like, it's very important to think about. You can't negate the fact that she felt this way, that she felt that she wanted to end her life. And she reached out to the firm. They kept saying the firm, or it was something else weird they said. The institution. I'm like, the institution? The institution? Isn't that like the psych ward? Like the institution? What is this? Is this a family or is this a business? Is it a family business? Like what is... So I don't really understand. It's hard for me to, you know, judge them, but I don't really understand the whole by birth. Like, for instance, Prince Harry, there's a Prince Harry and his older brother William. And basically, if the Queen dies and then somebody else, who I think Prince Charles or whatever, who's like 90 years old and he dies, then William becomes king. And because of his birth structure, the next child should have been a daughter that could have been married off, but it was Harry. And I was watching a documentary the other day where Harry, they said Harry used to say all the time, like, I'm not gonna be king anyway, so I can do what I want. Like, you the one that's stuck in there. And in the interview, he said, you know, my father and my brother are like stuck in this. Like they have really, basically, he felt compassion for them because they really don't have any other choice. And he did feel that he had other choices that he could make because of his birth order. That idea of birth order being so important. Like, if my sister or somebody was more important to me, that would damage my ego. I don't care what anybody says. So it would totally damage my ego. But you know, the Brits are people of class. Like, that's the thing that I love about, you know, the British public, because it's just like they're people of class. They're articulate people. You know, they're warm people. They're tasteful. And Americans are just disgusting. Like, you know what I mean? So I can understand when we go places they expect us to be rude, because if you're watching reality TV and the shit that we like, horror movies and reality TV and ratchet viral videos of people in the ghetto, bling bling in the video type ish. You know, America is just gross. So I can understand. It's gross to me and I live here, but I can understand. But this couple dealt with a lot, and racism is a real thing. Racism in Britain seems to be very different than racism here. I saw that in a documentary. A girl said that it's a different flavor of racism. Like just because they're not in Britain here, they were hanging people from trees and da da da. In Britain, it's a little bit more subtle. It was more, a little more institutionalized before it became systematic. Do you know what I mean? For us, if I said that correctly, I don't know, but it's different, you know. So it's more undertones, and it would make sense because Americans in general are while the Brits and it'll be like different how they respond to you and how they shade you and how they're and how they respond to you, you know. So the interview, I got a lot from it. I mean, Oprah, I'm not always the biggest fan of Oprah because Oprah can be a little. She'll act like she's natural. When she acts, she'll act like she cares. But you're like, Oprah, you don't really care. And then Oprah wore this outfit that I feel like Oprah tries to dress like a peasant. Like, Oprah comes in like this. Oprah, why are you wearing a peasant skirt that flows out this high with some shoes that don't match, and a pink peasant sweater with a round collar and some glasses and a hair hat, and you're sitting there with your book like your Mother Teresa? Like, Oprah is a fake ass bitch. Like, and I don't care. Oprah's a fake ass bitch. Who said it? I said it. Oprah's a fake ass bitch. Like, what else happened on this interview? Because there wasn't a lot. Meghan gave a good performance. And Piers Morgan, I'm gonna do a video about Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan is trash. He's a trashy trash box. Trash-a-thon trash. Fucking disgusting. Disgusting. He's gross. Like, and he mad. He mad as hell. I heard that the chairs that they were sitting in during the interview were made by Peter Brady, and they were being sold in Target, and now the chairs are being sold for like, people started looking up the chairs, and now they're being sold for like $500 a chair, which is hilarious. I got that from Wendy. Shout out to Wendy. Wendy always got the tea. Yeah. What else happened in this interview? Yeah, the dark, and they left. They moved the camera down. They got away from the ish. They're famous, you know, telling their story. They bit back. And I think it's going to move the culture forward. This is the culture that's ancient. They still do this medieval-ish, you know what I mean, that we know nothing about. And you have to respect that, but this helps drive them forward as far as race. Because I feel like race wasn't really a discussion there because it wasn't the hanging and the let my people go. You know? That it was that old chariot, that old black, you know, Underground Railroad shit, like, that wasn't happening. That was in America. So, they don't have it. It wasn't as in your face. Anyway, that's my thoughts on this video. It was good. That the interview was good. Meghan is my biatch, and I love her. And her mother is black like this, and I like that. Like, Fucking Dineva. I love Fucking Dineva, yo. Fellas, go subscribe to Fucking Dineva. I swear to God. Fucking Dineva is a role model, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Tell your kids to tune in to Fucking Dineva. Anyway, like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I gotta go. Bye. Thank you.
Bye, truth bitch. Is truth. Bye, bitch.